Dear audience, and of course, dear Maroš, let's have a look at your speech about the relationship between Slovakia and Ukraine. First of all, I want to say that I love your enthusiasm and your passion. Both are important bases to do a great speech. I also don't want to talk about your content. You have a clear structure and you know exactly what you want to say. But let's think about how we can make some suggestions to improve your speech. Let's start with one question. If your audience could only remember one sentence of your speech, what sentence should that be? How should it be constructed? Which content should it have? Such a sentence is like a key message, like a slogan. It should be clear, it should be short, it should be remarkable for everyone. In your case, such a phrase could be collaboration instead of assistance. 4 words, no more. This is not necessary. Please introduce this message at the beginning of your speech. Repeat it in the middle sometimes and use it for the ending of your speech to give a good impact to your audience. And if we think about your way to speak, we can recognize that you use some filler words like or Try to speak slowly. Before you start speaking, take time for breathing to come down and keep the sentence which comes next in mind. Do your speech step by step. And for the use of your vocabulary, think about this rule, KISS, K-I-S. Keep it simple. Don't stay in theories. Speak about examples from our old days life. You already did it, and please do it in a way many people are able to understand. This is also a great support for the person who may translate your speech in another language. Please think of that. I like that you didn't write down exactly every sentence you want to say. You've used a paper with notes, and that's completely enough. But one suggestion, you hold the paper in your hand during the complete speech, and you hold it in the hand while doing gestures. Don't be too fixed with your paper. Take a prop like a clipboard. There you can put in your paper like that. And then you may put this in front of you at the table. And now you have free hands. This brings me to the next section, your gestures. It is good that you are using hand gestures, and it's necessary. We all know that problem. Every speaker knows this problem, because we're all thinking while we are speaking, oh my God, what shall I do with my hands? But don't forget, you stand in front of an audience, not in front of an orchestra, and you're no conductor. To use gestures is the same like using language. use it as much as necessary, but as little as possible. And use not only both hands. You can also take one-hand gestures, one time with your right hand, one time with your left hand. And if you want to underline important passages from your speech, use both hands. You also are invited to use speaking gestures. For example, if you want to show us that you have some aspects you want to illustrate in your speech, you can count it. Point 1, point 2, point 3. Or if you want to underline something very important, you can do it like this. This is exactly what I mean. Or if you want to say that your program is open for everybody, you can underline this open with such a kind of gesture which opens the arms. Or if you want to include something, we want to include everyone who is interested in our program. This closing gesture you may use to illustrate that you want to include somebody. Finally, let's have a focus at the eye contact. The eye contact is very important because with the eye contact, you show the audience that the speaker and the audience shall be connected during the whole speech. And there's one important skill which you can use for any kind of audience. It doesn't matter if there are 10 or 20 people or 2,000 people. Use fixed points. Let's imagine an audience about 200 people in 20 rows. Before you start your speech, perhaps at the time you enter the room where the speech took place, please check your audience and search for some people who have a unique appearance. For example, check this audience and suddenly you see in row number 11 at the left side a boy with a deep blue shirt. Fantastic! This is fixed point number 1. You start searching and in the last row, there's an old man with a long red tie. Fantastic. Fixed point number 2. Let's check the another audience. And right there on the right side, you see a beautiful lady in a yellow dress sitting in the first row. Perfect. Fixed point number 3. And you also have a 4th fixed point. Your notes on the table. Now you are able to switch between these fixed points. You may have a look at the left to the young man in the blue shirt, to the back, to the man with a long red tie, and of course, to the right. There's the lady in the yellow dress. You can see her. I already can do that. These aspects may be a great support to improve your speech. Let's summarize it. You have great passion, great enthusiasm. Think of a key message at the beginning, the middle, and the end of your speech. Keep your speaking simple. Speak as much as necessary, but as little as possible. It's the same for using gestures. Sometimes with one hand, sometimes with both hands, and use speaking gestures. For example, we will give you a chance, or we will take you on our side. Give, take, open, close. And last but not least, focus on the eye contact. Search fixed points in your audience. I'm sure if you try to include all these aspects, you will become a better speaker, a great speaker, a remarkable speaker. And for this process, I wish you all the best.